Hi, in this video I will show you how to put together this hot cocoa mug card, which is a box card from Simply Crafty SVGs. So this hot cocoa card or hot chocolate card, it's super simple to put together even though it's a box card. I like it. We have some options with it too. So the way it comes is like this. The front will have a cutout. The cutout snowflake like that, but you can always use solid pieces too. So in the file for the back too, there's solid, so you can always use a solid piece on the front instead of the white in the cutout. And here's an example for the front and back. So here's the card finished, so it folds flat and it'll fit. It's slightly smaller than an A2 card, taller, but it'll fit into an A2 envelope. So I had one that I purchased, but you can make one. We do have a SVG file that's free, basic envelope set. But then it folds open to display, so to sit down. So the thing about this is that what comes with is this, but in the extra stuff folder we have these two little snowflakes that are additional. You could change the panels to be solid like this, like that. This is not part of it, it's just an extra little tag that I made with Cricut. So that's it. So I'm going to show you how to put this together. Put that away up there. So I don't need this, but so that's an extra if you chose to use this for something else. It's just the cutout of this. So to get started, we can go ahead and layer a couple of these things. So this, okay, a little piece of something there. So when you add glue to this, on the back side, just try not to get too close to the edges, like that. I just wanted to show you an example of what not to do. So you can kind of go around this, and if you want, it helps to give like just a little dot. So if you have a fine tip applicator like this, I'm using art glitter glue. You can just do little dots so the glue doesn't leak through to the front. So once you have all the glue, you can start at the bottom or top. I'm going to go with the bottom. Just kind of line it up because I can use the edge of the leg. I'm going to drop it down a little bit, and the reason I don't get glued too close to the openings is so I have a little wiggle room here. So I can just kind of go around, make sure that it's as close as I can get it. And if you don't want to see like the white edges, you can use something like chalk ink. This ink pads almost had it. They no longer make this one, but you could use things like Distress Oxide, Distress Inks. I'm almost about to go to that. I've been using this one so much that I'm tearing it apart. So that's up to you whether you want to do that or not. Then you can go ahead and layer this piece over this. So if you weren't going to use the cutout piece in the front, you wouldn't need the white piece, or you can make the white piece something different. You just need two of these, and you could just place them on the front if you just were using a pattern paper. If you wanted to use it for some different reason, or you wanted it to look different, didn't really particularly want the snowflake. And once we have that done, we'll just put that aside. It actually goes together really quick, but we're just doing all the piecing part. So here, I'm just going to put glue in these little areas right here. So as you can see, we don't have a whole lot of space, so you kind of have to go really light. I just kind of barely let the glue leak out and go around. That's getting to know your tools and your glue. And if you didn't want the candy cane to go to the left and you want to go to the right, you could just flip it using your software. There's usually a horizontal flip that you can flip it to go the other way. So you just take both the panel, both of these, the back part, the white part, and the red part, and you just flip it horizontally, flip it. So that's in like Design Space, Silhouette Studio. These are all basic things that all of them do. Shortcuts a lot, that kind of thing. So I could also ink the edges, but I'm okay with this. So this is a quick card to do without much, it doesn't take much time. So I'm going to just go ahead and fold this on the scores. So you can see that's how it's folded. So that's ready to go. I forgot we need to layer these. So this is the insert. So this is the part that'll be glued onto the inside. And then this is the part that'll show. So we have 3 pieces. This middle piece and then this piece. So you want to take the biggest piece and then take this middle piece and put it on. And I used Scotch foam tape to get it kind of a dimension to it. And then this goes on the bottom like that. And just go right into the shape so you can see that's what it looks like. So now it's time to put the card together. So the way it's going to go, I know it doesn't seem intuitive. This is the front of the card right here, and that's the back. Side, side, front. So this is going to go inside here. So we're going to put those on last because of the shape of them. So what we want to do, make sure you score them really well, or fold them on the scores really well. And then once you have it scored, you're going to fold this backwards, these little tabs backwards. And then I'm going to flip it upside down. So this is the front. So the texture is on the front, just like that. So you should see a solid back piece. The layered piece shouldn't be towards you. So now I'm just going to add glue on this tab, like that. So you see where that folds right there? Right there. We're going to put it a little bit to the left of that tab, that fold. And we're going to line it up so it's right below the edge on the side. So I'm going to flip it over and show you. We're right below that edge. But you want it to be straight, so get it as close to the top. So it's not a big deal if you see a little bit of this. If you're worried about it, you can just kind of push it down. And I'm kind of going slower than I normally would though, so if you just want it below it, just make sure it's straight and doesn't go over the fold there. Okay, so it's like that. So if you can see that. And I got a little crooked on it, but so make sure that's good and secure so you can see that it's going to go like this. So it's only, I'm going slow because a lot of people don't know how to do these things, so I have to go slow for the person that doesn't know how to do it. So now we're just going to fold this over like this. Okay, so I got to get it so you can see it. You see how it folds like this? Like that? That's how it's going to fold in the card. So, but what you need to see is that tab right there. So that tab, let me pull it open like that. We're going to add glue to this tab. Again, the first time you do this is just takes time. And then I'm going to flatten it. And I'm just going to make sure that it lines up. So it's just gluing on the other side. So can you see that? I can't really pull it open, but it just glues flat. So it's to the right of this inside fold there. Just like that. And then I'm going to apply some pressure. So I'm going to, before I glue that last part, so I know it looks funny right now, but bear with me, it'll come together. That's the way it is. So now, folding it this same direction, we're going to fold this in. So you see that tab? right there. This is a rather small box card for me, it's because of the shape of it. And then you're just going to line that up right over that tab. It should line up straight, but if it doesn't, you can kind of adjust it a little bit. It's not going to be a big deal. Just apply a lot of pressure. And again, looks funny. But here you go. That's what it looks like. It's closed. So basically it's the smallest box card I've probably ever made in my life. But I made this small enough because a lot of people like A2 cards. So we're going to flatten it the same way. So whenever I flatten it, I go the same way that I've been folding it. You theoretically can go the other way, but it's just going to be easiest to go the same way. So now that we have this front piece with the handle, what we're going to do is see right here, this is as wide as this, the narrow spot on this panel. So what we're going to do, we're going to add glue to this. I didn't put any side panels on this because it really lends itself to be okay just the way it is. So we're going to line this up to the bottom, this part to the bottom, and then we're going to just slide it over until this lines up with this left edge. So it doesn't matter if it's perfect, we're just trying to get it, it's just our indicator to make it center. And you can see as we glue it on the top, it lines up to the top. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention is that you could put this in between. So you could put this before you put the panel, or you can just slide it in. I'm just going to slide it in like that to put it in. So then we'll do the same on the back. And if you could always just print your own, like a little rectangle sentiment if you want to write something, or write it with like a white. If you have a dark color like this, you can always use like a different color marker to write your sentiment. So I'm doing the same thing. I'm lining it up to the left here, right there with that narrowest part, and lining it up on the bottom. And then it'll line itself up on the top. And then we'll just go ahead and we can add a sentiment. So I just kind of go, I'm just going to do the bottom of this. I kept the whole thing because you might be able to use the file. I could have just did part of it, but why not have a candy cane that you can use for other files too. So when you do angle this in, just make sure you don't go beyond this. So I want to make sure that that doesn't, so it'll fit in the envelope. Otherwise you'll have trouble. So you can go a little higher though. I mean, it's up to you. You can go high. So I can always verify everything's all good. So you can see that if it's, because if you go a little bit too far that way, it could get a little bit too wide, as you can see. So again, if it's in a standard A2 envelope, it's kind of fun. And then you can just add a little sentiment to it. Warm wishes, what was it? I've seen hugs and mugs. I did happy holidays on this one. So this is our little hot cocoa card, little box card. I hope you like it. If you did, please give me a little thumbs up below there. I just had to flip that over. And I appreciate if you could subscribe as well, if you feel like you want to. Anyways, thanks for watching, and until next time.